Hi, welcome to my video about social media aerobics. Social media, well, it's really a Marmite situation that we have going on here. Love it or hate it, it is here to stay. But what exactly is social media? Well, it's, in simple terms, it's a way to reach your target audience, okay? It should not be considered, however, a direct sale medium. You need to be sociable, not do social. People do not go on social media to find out the latest deals and offers going on in the area. They go on social media to look at what their friends are up to, see what's just going on in general, and communicate with other people in their community. It's also a communication tool. You have to listen twice and talk once, though. That's really important, so you can actually then have an effective two-way conversation. There are actually 2.206 billion active users, which actually represents 30% of the world, okay? And social media combines writing stories, pictures, strategy, skill, and fun. You know, what is not to like? But I know some people do find it a challenge. So how do you get socially fit? Well, I have some core principles, and there's 6 of them that I'm going to feature in this video today. Now, it is health that is real wealth, undeniably, okay? And some of this is tongue-in-cheek, but in order to thrive, your business must be socially fit. You need to take action today, and I recommend that you join my challenge, my 28-day Facebook challenge. If you don't want to join my challenge, I highly recommend that you do something every day for the next 28 days to get your social media sexy for summer. I know this works and it is fun. I know if you follow these guidelines that you will actually have an impact on your social media. If you want to have more details, go to FionaCatchpole.com Facebook Fit. So, is your Twitter toned? Is your Facebook fit? Does your social media strategy fit kit work? I'm going to take you from this to this, so that by the time we have finished, you're going to lose those wobbly bits and get toned and trim. But just like at the gym, do you know how to use the machines? Okay, and I'm going to show you that with my core principles. Now, I'm going to make some assumptions that in actual fact you already have your target audience selected, and that you know what your anchor platform is in relation to your target audience. So which social media platform is going to work best for you and your target audience? You need to already know that, okay? I'm going to be talking in reference to Facebook and pages, and in actual fact, you know, not profile, the page, okay? That's the business side of Facebook. So what is the biggest objection or excuse for not doing exercise is time, and it seems to be the same for getting Facebook fit. So what I'm going to do is, while you have to initially invest in the time, I'm going to make it possible for you to get down to 15 minutes a day on your Facebook, okay, which just so happens to be a very good amount of exercise to be doing as well. You can't afford to waste another minute, okay? With 1/3 of the world's population on social media, you need to find a way to communicate with your audience, and social media is it. So what's the strategy? Okay, I know a plan is boring, but it is essential. You have to put the groundwork in first of all, just the same as you would do if you were planning on getting fit. You know, which exercise system are you going to use? What is your goal? Is it inch loss, weight loss? You're going to run a marathon. You would not embark on that without a clear plan, okay? Now you need to choose your frequency. How often are you going to be available to do this social media activity? On Facebook, less is more, but on Twitter, you have to do more potentially. So which one is it that's going to work best for you? You then need to choose your words, or what we call your content, by creating key phrases, okay? These are the things like, who are you? What are you? Where are you doing it? When are you doing it? And why are you doing it? And why now? What is the number one single thing you are best at than anyone else ever? What do you care about, and why should people pick you? For example, here is a key phrase that you could use at some point. Did you know carrot cake is a vital part of your 5 a day, and we sell the best slice at the best price? Visit Nelly G's now. Slightly, going on the 5 a day for your health benefits there, but it has an impact. And if it goes with a nice picture, who's not going to want to buy that slice of carrot cake? So how do you find the right balance of all of these things? So the frequency, the words, and the content. Well, I have a tried and tested formula called the rule of 3. It's where you divide the style of your content and frequency into 3 sections. One I call specific, where it's the description, or what is your problem solving skill? What is your service and the product? The what, where, when, and why. An example of a piece of content that refers specifically to you would be, we are open from 10 till 2. We sell widgets. Here are the latest range of shiny widgets. What's your favorite widget that we sell? Okay, specific things about you. And we have the best widgets for people who like to go sailing, or anything that is specifically to you. The next one is general. I allocated G to this. I have a template that you can borrow where one column has the date, the second column has the symbol S or G, or the third one, which is F, and then the third column has a note to say specifically what that content is, okay? So I start to see the balance of what is going on and how to split them into these 3 sections. So an example of a G post would be, the latest research on X, Y, and Z. It's things about your industry and your niche in general. What do you think of the latest trend in blah, blah, blah? Did you know that? Would this make a good one? More open sort of informational phrases. The third one, as I mentioned or hinted at, is fun. F for fun. Posts that reflect your brand personality. What else fills your world? What is happening behind the scenes? What's happening locally? What is it that makes your audience take notice? Now, this is generally called storytelling, putting all of these bits together, okay? And what this means is building a bigger picture. Stories build the relationship and the bigger picture. And remember, it's a two-way conversation that you are trying to generate. Are you the person that they should know, like, and trust? The people that you're going to solve their problem for. How do you do this? It's through the storytelling. We buy stories. We have always bought stories, like TV adverts, okay? Stories build the relationship, and that's what you need to be doing. There are metrics that matter, but you may have silent stalkers, okay? The sort of metrics I'm talking about are reach, engagement, likes, comments, and shares. But really, it's quite like reality TV. It was pointed out to me that whilst the likes, comments, and shares are part of these metrics that matter, relationships can't always be measured. You have no idea who is watching you and when, okay? So always bear that in mind. You need to find your tribal language. Are you a runner? Okay, a Zumba, Bokwa, or Gym bunny? Okay, what is it that you are? Which group of people do you best fit with? Okay, the quickest way to listen is to each tribe has its own way of talking, so you need to listen to what they are saying. You don't get marathon runners reading yoga magazines, okay? You also need to look at it as the end user as well. What is it that turns you on and turns you off when it comes to social media? Okay, the second quickest way to find the tribal language is to actually have a go, right? You are not going to win the Olympics by just watching, right? You do not have, the likes of Jessica Ennis, Catherine Copeland and Sophie Hoskin, or Laura Trott, or even our very own Sam Bailey. They did not reach these amazing feats of sport by just sitting at home and watching on the sofa. So as you get better and better, you will also start to, feel your way into your tribal language. And after a while, it will become common sense and you'll wonder why you didn't start months ago. But one of the things that you also need to be aiming for is high reach and engagement over high likes, okay? The fans or people who have liked your page, but down to sheer volume of noise, may not be seeing everything that you post. In general, this is called organic reach. Something people are making a lot of noise about, as they say, it is down. But I know if you do what I say, you will get high organic reach, okay? The techniques I outline work, okay? I've been using them repeatedly for myself and my cyber heroes, and we are getting on average 50% and more often 70% reach for free. We do not spend money on Facebook boosting and advertising. So don't be a waste of a like. This is one thing that can cause a disparity in your measurements, okay? You need to go and do some Facebook housework. There's more about that in my 28-day challenge. You need to check and see that you are being a genuine fan, and you also want to make sure that your fans are genuine as well. Otherwise, your metrics will be skew whiff. If you do not have people interacting with you and you have a huge amount of fans, it's because they have forgotten that they are a fan, and you maybe weren't that interesting, and gradually, slowly and surely your posts have slipped out of their newsfeed. So you need to make sure that from here on in, it's about quality, not quantity. So if you've got your rule of three, you've worked out some of your stories, you figured out what your tribal language is, what else can you do to save time and get that elusive reach? Well, here are some more top tips. One of my other main foundations is to be your page and use Facebook as, right? I'll show you how to find that in just a moment. Business to business networking, in other words, okay? You do it face to face or not online. You need to go around Facebook and be your page. Build your page's newsfeed, not your personal ones, by liking pages as your page, which I will show you. Behind every page is a person, and this is also another way of being sociable, but as your business. It's also a great way of finding shareable content, which is another cool way of actually building relationships and having something fun to share and different, rather than having to come up with it all yourself. So Lacala Life is a social media project that I created to practice some of these skills on, in particular being your page, okay? And you can find this up on the top right hand corner of your profile. Use page as, and that'll take you through to a whole new section of Facebook you may never have seen. You can also do it directly from the admin panel on what's called View Pages Feed. Another key foundation principle is to use original image and brand them using Canva. Okay, I recommend Canva. There are many other tools out there. You need to try and find the one that fits best for you. Images are powerful, but make sure you are allowed to use them, okay? Don't just use the ones off Google unless they are clearly copyright free. You can find other images on websites such as Pixabay, and if you Google free images without copyright, you will find other resources where there are images that are free for you to use, and then brand yourself. Do not use someone else's image and brand it. If you do that, you may get caught and will be chased for digital theft, and it can be a very costly exercise. An image such as carrot cake, which I mentioned earlier, would be a good one to post. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, but you could take it another step further and you could actually brand it, like I said. Here Nelly G's have put their logo in the corner. You'll notice this is a post where they've used some cool hashtags as well and described what it is you can see. You can even go another step further. They've got some very clever branding in the background, which is on their website and their sign. They've got their slogan, they've got their logo, they've got a hashtag. There's everything that you need there to know where this cake came from. You can also use your insights, which you'll find in your admin panel, to establish the best timing and the type of post for your tribe. As you start to post over the next 28 days, you'll then be able to go back and look at these insights and see the difference between a post with just a photo, just text, or web link. So this is where you find it from your admin panel. You're going to select Insights, come down here to Posts, and here you will see the time of day and the number of people that are online. So there would be no good in posting on this particular page between midnight and say like 8:30, 9 o'clock, but from 9 o'clock in the morning onwards throughout the day, that is when the people are online. Tagging and hashtags on Facebook, these are now working. We had some difficulties with them and they weren't always, it wasn't always easy to see if they were actually enhancing reach, but I've been trying these out now and they certainly do. The difference between tagging and a hashtag. Well, tagging is when you highlight a page's name and it turns blue and it instantly then can show you the direct path to that page. A hashtagging is the hash, as you can see up in the top right here, make it happen. More popular on Twitter. Again, it's a clickable phrase or word that can then show you all the conversations happening about that topic. So you have your rule of 3, you have your stories, your tribal language, you're going to be doing business to business sharing and being sociable. You're going to brand original images where possible, you're going to check your timing, and you're going to be tagging. So how do we fit this into 15 minutes? Well, my guideline is like this. First of all, be your page for 5 minutes every day as the first part of your working day on Facebook. Okay, don't get distracted by your newsfeed and go off being a person. Be your page first for 5 minutes. Make sure that the content that you have been planning, okay, is ready to go so you can copy and paste it in there and that it follows the rule of 3 with original images. Check that you're posting it at the right time and use a tag or a hashtag quite frequently, but not all of the time, and do it responsibly. You will really annoy people if you over tag or over hashtag. Those 4 steps will take you about 15 minutes maximum. You get in, you get out, right? Being able to do this in 15 minutes is not going to happen overnight, okay? This is not a fad diet. This is a journey and part of your lifestyle, and you are not alone. We are all here to help you. You need to have a laugh because life is too short not to as well. You can make this fun. It does not have to be a chore. Now remember that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The first step is always the hardest, but you'll never regret it. Have a go at those core principles, see how you get on. Thank you for watching.